What is up, champs? Champion Trucker coming back at you with a new video. Hit that like button, subscribe, and also hit that notification bell. Woo! And follow me on IG. This is gonna be a real video. If you're 25 or if you're in your 20s and you just got that CDL, ready for the controversy? Don't get married, don't be in a relationship, focus on you. We're gonna jump into it. Hit that intro, baby. Dang, I can't get married, I can't be in a relationship, I can't do none of this. No, not while you're in your 20s. Today's age of relationship, and some of you, I don't mean to call you old heads, but you guys are wise, and you guys can realize that as you are in your, when you turn 21, you have the option to get that CDL, right? And if you're 21, you got that CDL, you need to start building for yourself. My biggest thing is, if you can go back home, if you're 21, you got your CDL, and you can go back home, you're doing OTR, you don't need to rent out an apartment, save, stack that bread, buy a car, get a house, or get an apartment, someplace to call it yourself, and start learning yourself. That goes for men and I guess women now, because like, relationships are destroyed completely. The idea of what a relationship is destroyed. What a family is destroyed. It is fathers over here, mothers over here. We're gonna work it out somehow. That's it. I don't see a lot of good flourishing relationship that last years. The only time I see those, and this is the funny thing, the only time I see those is when the man makes a lot of money and the woman knows he's cheating, but she's okay with that, and he has a side piece, and he also has a mistress. This is the funny thing, because a lot of the older men that I talk to, they have this. That's because when they were young, they set themselves up in a proper position. The only relationship that I've seen that doesn't take place is my mom and dad. My mom and dad were born, you know, they were in the church. They spun that on me. I did everything I could to replicate what my parents did, but make it a little bit better. I got married. I had my daughter. I did everything correct, but it just does not play like that anymore. And in this time of age, everybody wants to rush everything. Everybody wants to go on vacation. Even in trucking, yeah, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Even in trucking, I want to make $100,000 in my very first year, when everybody told me you have to dedicate your time to get to that level. And I realized the more and more I want to run and take a sprint to something, look, you can run into glass. You might go through it, but it's not until you get through the glass that you realize that you got a whole bunch of cuts all over your body. A lot of us men, and this video really is going to be about the men. A lot of us men you want to have a companion as much as a woman does. That's the truth. A lot of people, they don't even, I remember, in rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, but he kind of bashes companionship. Everybody wants to have companionship. That's why we got dogs. That's why we got cats. That's why we got a turtle. That's why we got a fish. That's why we got family, right? Because at the end of the day, a lonely ass life by yourself is not ideal. But I'm telling you, if you're 21, you just got that CDL, build yourself up to where you can have all the options and opportunities ever. Truck drivers are so minute. We're looked down upon. They don't think we make money. Some people that actually know about how much money we make, they're like, oh damn, yeah. The women that know about that position, they're like, oh, you're a truck driver. Okay, let me start. Then they go after that. But not a lot of people understand this kind of position. If you're 21, you're setting yourself up. You have to ignore the feelings of wanting somebody else while you're this young, because a lot of us believe that if we don't find somebody today, I'm talking about this very moment, we're not gonna live. And that's not how we should be living. We should be living for ourselves, build for ourselves, and then if you decide that you want to be a relationship type man, or if you want to get married, then do it while you are okay within yourself. It's a problem when you start attaching yourself with somebody else, and then all of a sudden that person becomes your life. I'm talking about real shit, because that's what happened to me. Before I was a truck driver, I was with my ex-wife for, we were married for 2, but all together in 5. I had no identity except for our relationship. So when it ended, my identity was broken and shattered. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I was a truck driver. I thank God that I became a truck driver before anything happened. I thank God for that. Because I started to find my purpose within truck driving. It wasn't even like, it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna try to make this work. No, I was happy with myself because I knew I was good at it and I enjoyed it. And I realized with this skill, I was taking myself from the warehouse. If somebody's watching this, you're in the warehouse, we need you, but you need to cycle out like yesterday. Because you start in the warehouse, you grow out of it. Don't make that a lifestyle. It don't have to be trucking. It could be an HVAC. It could be a cable installer. Trust me, even though you don't think these people, the cable installers make some good money too. I'm talking from perspective of what I know, not what I feel, because I worked in these fields. I talk to these people. As a young man, you need, and I'm listening to my own self. Sometimes you can tell the best advice, but not even follow it. I was about to follow a path where I attach my identity to somebody else. That could be even a friend. It don't even have to be a woman. It could be anybody else. We want, man, when we get into, if you're a relationship minded man, we get so dang gonna attached that we forget our own goals, our whole entire purpose. We forget it all because we're thinking that if we don't make this person happy, everything's gonna be destroyed. No, you're destroying yourself because you're not being true. Trucking will destroy your relationship. It will. If you're OTR, you're not gonna be home all the time. You think that somebody, listen, let me tell you this. Okay, let me bring this to your attention. The NFL football players go out, they're gone from home a lot. Right? A lot. They provide the lifestyle for the wife, they get settled, but when they retire, they come back home, they get a divorce. Why? Because they're home all the time. The wife is so used to them being gone, they're so annoyed. I'm projecting that. They probably are annoyed. But you got to realize that if you set your relationship with the expectations of OTR and you're not going to do this forever, well, the other person already was used to you being there once or twice a week, or even maybe every other blue moon, right? So then you coming home, that's going to take an adjustment, right? I'm definitely going to tell you this. Relationships right now, it's a doom and gloom situation. It's a doom and gloom situation. I'm talking about friendships, relationships, even family. Something's going on in the air. Somebody's been sniffing in these toxins because, like, you can't even make a good friendship anymore. Doesn't matter how good you are to the person. They literally, well, they'll call you out, be like, hey, bro, what you doing? Let's head on out. Then they'll cancel. Acting like they can't reestablish, like nobody can build friendships no more. The only long-lasting relationships or friendships I had was one, and unfortunately, that's gone. I got more lasting now for relationships online than I do in person, because online it's easier. You don't have to keep up a rapport. You don't have to meet up in person. That's the problem with social media now. We don't even have to date. We can virtually go to get coffee. We can virtually do, but people ain't gonna do that. But when the metaverse hits, that's how we gonna now be talking. Ready Player One was a movie that when the book came out, I was like, dang, that's awesome. But then they came out with the movie. I was like, what if life was like that? It's not even a what if. It is what life is going to be like. We don't want to live in this mundane life for some reason. A lot of us don't. A lot of us want to see the beach every day. Like, that's going to heal the pain that's really going on inside. As a man, if you're 21 to the age of 29, get your butt in gear to set yourself up for a successful life. That is what you need to do. That's if you're a truck driver, believe it's going to be difficult. It's going to take patience for the right person to come into your life, to understand. That's going to last. Man, We got so much pride about how many people we've been having sex with than we do having pride with the one person that we've been with. That's a problem that men and now women have. We so prideful about, yeah, I've been with him. Yeah, I got money out of him. Yeah, I slept with her. Yeah, she bought me that. I'm more amazed when somebody says, yeah, we've been married for 29 years. It hasn't all been great, but we seen, done, built, and we got a family. I got my daughter that's a doctor. I got my son that's a lawyer. I got this and that. The only kind of the only family that I ever see who has that is my own. My mom and my dad. That's it. Even my own friends. It's broken. Why the fuck are we like, I'm sorry, but why the hell are we so content being by ourselves now? Like, we rather be by ourselves for the rest of our life than build a community of people. Because when we get old, when my dad gets old, he got his oldest son who's gonna come and clutch for him. My mom, when she's gonna have that. But what if you live your life all alone? Your parents ain't gonna live all the way till you're 70. They're not. Who's gonna take care of you? The government? No. That goes for men and women, especially men.